Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing a good old-fashioned palette bingo. I love doing palette bingos. I think that they are really fun and they really help to push me outside of my comfort zone. I tend to do very similar looks structured in very similar ways. So when I do a palette bingo, it usually helps to kind of push me out a little bit more creatively. Now, I had such an overwhelmingly positive response to my randomly generated build your own palette video, which if you haven't seen it, I will make sure to link it up in the cards for you because it was a lot of fun. And I had a lot of you asking how long I was going to keep the palette together and continue using it and things like that. So I thought it might be fun to do the palette bingo using this randomly created palette. This is what it looks like, just a lot of really fun, pretty cohesive colors, so I feel pretty confident about this. But let's go ahead and jump in and randomly select some shades. I'm going to start with 4 because I feel like that's manageable, but depending on how it goes, I may or may not throw a 5th one in there. So I do have my pretty random app up and I've got my variables 1 through 12. So let's go ahead and randomize. So the first is number 4, and we're just gonna go straight across. So number 4 is this shade on the end right here. This is from Sydney Grace. It is the shade Bellow. Let me go ahead and give a good swatch of that. So this is Billow. It's just a really nice, very neutral mid-tone brown. So far, we're off to a good start, I think. The next shade that we're going to randomize is going to be, no, let's turn off duplicate rolls. Okay. And try that again. All right. 2. All right. Ooh, I know which one this one is. So number 2 is this shade right here. This is called Tiger Tail. It's also by Sydney Grace. And it is a stunning shade. It is so gorgeous. Look at that baby. All right. Again, so far off to a good start. Get another one in there. Sorry, my window is probably blinding you. 12. Uh-oh. All right. I jinxed it. That is going to be this lime green shade here on the end. It is also by Sydney Grace, and it is called Electric Lime. I mean, it's beautiful. Let me get a little bit heavier of a swatch on there, but it's definitely gonna throw off my color story just a touch, just a touch. All right, let's go ahead and get a 4th color in here. Number 11, also gonna throw things off. Oh dear. So number 11 is this shade right here. It is also by Sydney Grace and it is the shade Mythical. A stunning shade, but again, doesn't really go with my color story. I mean, look at that. Oh, that Mythical shade is amazing, amazing. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at 4 because I'm a little afraid of what another roll might give us. So I'm gonna go ahead, zoom you guys on in, and then we'll go ahead and see what we can come up with. All right, so we are zoomed in nice and tight, and I've been thinking a lot about this. I've actually been sitting here for quite a few minutes looking at this color story, trying to decide what to do. I don't want to do the obvious, so I think I'm going to go the absolute opposite direction, and I'm going to take Electric Lime, and I'm going to build that up as heavily as I can through the crease, and then I'm going to take Mythical all over my lid, and then probably use Billow on the outer corner and lower lash line, and then Tiger Tail probably on the lower lash line as well. I'm afraid it's probably too pigmented to go in the inner corner. but we'll see. I'm really excited to use this electric lime color because I haven't actually used it on my eyes yet. And it is definitely, for me, outside of the box. This color came as one of the freebies in the mystery bag during the Sydney Grace Christmas in July sale. And I'm really happy that it did because this is not the kind of color that I would have picked for myself. I am going to go ahead and grab my headband. My bangs are getting a little long. So give me just a second. I'll be right back with my bangs out of the way. All right, that's better. Okay, so like I was saying, this is definitely not a shade that I would have picked out on my own. And that's what I really like about mystery bags and mystery boxes and things like that, is that it forces you out of your comfort zone. It gives you the opportunity to try stuff that maybe you would not have purchased on your own. And I really appreciate that. I think that's one of the things that I really liked about BoxyCharm when I had it. There were definitely a lot of products in there that I discovered which I would not have purchased on my own, whether it be because it was a brand I hadn't heard of and I didn't want to make a financial investment into something that I may or may not like, or if there are shades or product types, things like that that are outside of my comfort zone. It's a good way to kind of discover new things. And I have to say, this green is really fun. And I am building it up rather significantly because I really want it to shine. All right. I think that works. One of the things that I'm also trying to remind myself to do is go further above my my crease than I'm typically comfortable with, because with hooded eyes it can get lost. It's just when you're looking straight on it feels unnatural, but when you actually look at yourself straight ahead it makes sense. I don't think that statement made sense, but hopefully you knew where I was going with that. Okay, so as I said, I am going to go ahead and pack Mythical all over my lid using just a flat shader brush. I love the Morphe M167. I've talked about it before, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that all over. I feel like the Joker. He always had purple and green next to each other, or at least in the cartoon from the 90s, because I'm old. That's fun. I know I've gushed on and on about Sydney Grace before. They're just such an excellent makeup brand. But I'm still telling you, if you have not tried Sydney Grace eyeshadows, you are missing out. They are such good quality. They're so nice. I mean, you guys know I don't prefer using my finger. I always appreciate eyeshadows that can be applied with a brush, and this is going on just amazingly with a dry brush, and I love it. And I'm taking it most of the way across my eye. I am definitely going to put a little bit of billow out on the outer corner, just because I really feel like it needs some additional definition. And I like being able to overlap that on top of Mythical, because it'll give some interest to the different shades. That looks nice. That looks really nice. Okay. So as I said, we're going to take a little bit of billow. Let me find a little detailing brush. It's a little too dense. This will work. And I'm just going lightly with it. I'm really glad that this is more of a neutral brown, because I'm afraid that something too warm would throw everything off. Okay. Definitely layers nicely, I think. All right, so again, I am gonna go ahead and take some more of billow and be very gentle about putting it on my under eye, because I don't want it to get too dark. Yep, and to combat that, I am going to take Tiger Tail, continuing with this fluffy brush, and try to bring that lightness to my under eye area. So that's the other issue that I have to be very careful with, is that in addition to having hooded eyes, they also downturn. And so as you can see on this side, I got a little carried away with the eyeshadow. And so it continues that downward slope, which just makes my under eyes look kind of saggy and sad. And so I need to be more careful about that. I'll be honest, that's part of why I typically do my face makeup first, so that I can go through with a Q-tip and kind of correct that a little bit when I get a little carried away. All right, I'm kind of liking that. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to hop off camera and apply mascara and a little bit of lipstick, and we'll come back for the final look. Alrighty, so here we are back with the final look. I did go ahead and add some black liquid eyeliner and a little bit of a wing to help try to bring everything up just a little bit. Piled on a bunch of the mascara that I am completely obsessed with right now, the Fenty mascara. Yes, I know, late to the game, but I've got a lot of mascara that I'm trying to work my way through. But guys, this stuff is amazing, and I'm so happy to be using it. It's fantastic. I am absolutely obsessed. And then of course the lipstick, you know that I'm also currently obsessed with my Juvia's Place lipsticks. This one is in the shade Toffee, and I freaking love it. And the eye look is fun. I was really scared when I saw this color scheme come out, but I think overall it turned out just really whimsical and fun. So let me know what you think. What would you have done with these 4 colors? And do you like the final outcome, or is it just too far off the mark for you? Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.